Hello everyone, welcome back to Black Moon Coven. Today we're going to be doing our lovely little DIY. Since foraging season is among us, I thought I would show you how to make a really easy recyclable DIY bag. So, when I forage, when I go into the forest and try to forage for different things, I usually just bring a plastic bag with me. However, I really wanted a bag to bring to carry all my herbs, all my flowers, and everything else in it. However, when you do that in a bag, usually the herbs and everything and the dirt gets caught into the cloth. So we're going to be making a foraging bag with a recyclable shopping bag on the inside so that no herbs or anything could get caught in the fibers. So what you're going to be needing for this project is, of course, your bag. You could use a regular plastic bag, but I recommend the heavy-duty plastic bags, you know, the ones they give at the store to kind of reduce the amount of plastic bags and all that stuff. So just a really good, nice, sturdy plastic shopping bag. You're going to need an old t-shirt, you know, just a regular old t-shirt that you don't mind cutting up, because that is going to be the foundation of your bag. You're going to need scissors, of course, and a sewing machine for this project. If you do not have a sewing machine, that's fine. You can sew it by hand. It'll take you a little longer, but a sewing machine is optimal. So let's begin. Lay out your t-shirt in front of you, and we're probably going to be using the bottom half portion just because it's a lot easier to size up and make a bag out of. So I don't want to make a really huge foraging bag. I want it to be nice, small, convenient, but still hold a lot of plants and herb things. So right now you decide on the height of the bag. So just cut wherever you feel the dimensions of the bag are perfectly fine to you. So that is going to be how tall my bag is going to be. And I'm going to make it probably a little square. I just want a small but decent sized one. So this is going to be my foraging bag. As you can see, the t-shirt is in two pieces, just like that. So you're going to fold that over, and this is going to be your actual bag. And we're going to line the shopping bag on the inside. So what you're going to want to do is take your little t-shirt bag and the shopping bag, put them on top of each other. Use the bottom of the shopping bag. So what I mean by that is lay it towards the bottom, and then that is how you make your dimensions. So you're going to want to cut just right above there. Give it a little bit extra, just in case. So you can leave the sides and kind of stuff it into your bag if you really want to, but we are going to make this a little more exact. So these are garbage, and this is what you're going to be left with. Kind of like a half bag type of thing. So this is going to be your bag. And now you're going to want some handles for your bag. So you take your t-shirt again and cut the remaining section right here, just underneath the armpits of the t-shirt. Okay? Now, you decide the length of the handles, how big do you want them, how long do you want this bag to be. This is going to be perfectly fine because I'm going to use one strap. I like crossbody bags. I don't want to carry it around with me, so I'm just going to use this one strap. So you're going to cut it. So it's one long strip. And what you're going to end up doing on the machine is you're going to be folding it over to make it sturdier so it doesn't stretch as much and it's a nice clean finish. So these are the pieces that you're going to need. You're going to need your strap, your actual bag size, and then the inside part, the shopping bag. So now we're gonna go over to the sewing machine and I'm gonna show you how to zip this little project up really quickly. So we are at the sewing machine. I know it sounds really scary to sew on an actual machine, but it's not that bad, and if you have one at home, definitely utilize it. However, you can do this by hand. It will take you a lot longer, so sewing machine is pretty optimal. So the strap, that is what we're going to start with. You're going to take it and you're going to fold it into more or less type of 3. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to fold it right in half, and then that half into and over. So as you can see, the edge of the strap is kind of right along that edge there, and this is what we are going to be sewing down to make the actual strap. So you're going to put that underneath your sewing machine and you're going to sew away. Now you could use a zigzag stitch, you could use a straight stitch. It is completely up to you and what you fancy. So while I sew this, I'm just going to complete this and I'll come right back to you. So this is what the strap will look like now, and it's sewn. So now we have a nice, durable little strap to hold up our bag. So next thing we're going to do is take our actual bag portion, and what you're going to want to do is stuff the plastic part of your bag on the inside. So you can do this multiple of ways. You can keep the pattern on the inside, or you can do the white one on the inside. It doesn't really matter. For the purpose of being easy, I'm going to put the white part on the seam inside, which I will show you what I mean in a second. So you're going to take your bag, and this is going to be the outside, and this is going to be the inside. So if you have a two-tone pattern fabric, you could decide which pattern you want on the outside, which one you want on the inside. So what you're going to want to do first is sew your bag. So what we're going to do is use this already nice t-shirt hem as the opening of our bag, so we don't have to do anything special with it. You're going to flip the bag right side out. So the pretty part, or the part that you want to see outside, is going to be the inside part. And this is the inside of the bag. So we flipped it inside out, kind of like you would a sock or anything, because we're going to be stitching the top right here and the bottom. So you don't want to see the stitches. You're going to want to flip it inside out. So that's what you're going to want to do first. Bring the top hems together just like that. And we are back into the sewing machine, and we're going to sew this bag and then come right back and put in the plastic version of our little foraging bag. Okay, so our bag is all sewn up. As you can see, we left the top opening of the bag open. So this is the outside of our bag inside, and this is the ugly part on the outside. So what you're going to want to do now is flip it over, and this is going to be the outside of the bag. As you can see, the hem is on the inside, so you can't see it. It's nice and pretty. And this is going to be the basic size of this bag. Now at this point, if you want to put any decoration or any pockets or anything on the outside, go ahead and do that at this point before you stuff the plastic part of our bag in there. I'm just gonna leave it plain. Maybe I'll do some embroidery, maybe some leaves or something over time, but if you wanna add that to it after you've done the plastic, that's totally fine. So, take your plastic bag, and what you're gonna wanna do is sew the opening, just like we did with this bag. You're gonna wanna sew this opening so it resembles your bag. So that's what you're gonna wanna do. And it might sound weird sewing a plastic bag on a sewing machine, but believe me, it works. And don't be afraid to try new things. Take it to new capabilities. So we're just gonna sew that shut. cut the ends off there. And there you go. You've sewn a plastic bag with your sewing machine. How easy is that? So you're gonna wanna trim not too close to the stitch because you don't wanna rip it, but just enough to kind of trim the edge there. Now, you're gonna stuff this bag inside of this bag. So take the opening of your foraging bag and the bottom of the shopping plastic bag, and you're going to put it in. This part's gonna get a little tricky, but you're just gonna wanna pull it all the way in and then match up. You see how there's two bags now in there? Match up the corners right here for the bag. Just like that. And what you're gonna wanna do is sew all the way around, connecting the two pieces, so that when you open the bag, it's just gonna be this. So, you're gonna wanna match up the little corners here, match up the ends, make them all nice, put them on your sewing machine, sideways, I know, just a little weird, and make sure you are catching the bag and the foraging bag on top. I know sometimes like it slip because you know it's plastic on fabric, so make sure that you are catching both at the same time. And off we go. So we're just going to sew these edges all together, and then we're gonna come back and do the strap. Okay, so we've sewn the plastic inside the actual bag. So now when you go foraging, you can put all of your herbs, all of your dirty plants inside of this bag, and it won't make the actual bag dirty. You could also flip it on the inside out and wash it with a rag. If it does get dirty, it's totally washable. So now the strap part. You could decide if you want two loop straps to kind of hold it, or if you want a crossbody bag like I do, then you could just do one long strap and attach it to the corners of the bag. So I already did one, so you can see I attached it right over here, just using the end of the strap, and I'm going to show you how I did the other one. So make sure that the strap is all going one way. You don't want it to get looped up. And on the corner, on the opposite end of the other strap, you're going to just put it in on the inside, just like that, and you're going to sew it closed. Now you can do it on the inside, you could do it on the outside for design reasons. You're the designer, you pick whatever you want to do. So sew it forward and backward a couple of times just to make sure that the strap is really in there, and just to make sure that if you are carrying anything heavy like bones or anything, it'll be sturdy enough. So there you go. You just sewed a beautiful little foraging bag, which you could take with you to the woods, to the park, wherever, and it'll be completely safe to put all of your herbs in. You can even use this as a picnic bag, just because the plastic bag is really nice. It could help keep it clean, keep the herbs and everything at a nice temperature. So there you go. Hopefully this was a cute little DIY, something a little different because we used a sewing machine today. But hopefully everyone liked it, and I hope to see some of the foraging bags out there. So join my coven and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Follow me on all my socials as usual, and until next time, have a lovely rest of your day.